President Zelensky has met the United States' top diplomat, the first time a senior US official has visited Ukraine since the war began.
Two of America's top diplomats have been in Kyiv for talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin visited the capital yesterday and said American diplomatic staff who left before the Russian invasion will be returning to Ukraine this week.
Our correspondent Joe Inwood is in Kyiv. Joe, good morning to you. Can you talk us through the significance of this meeting?
Well, America has been probably the biggest, in fact, definitely the biggest backer of the Ukrainian war effort. They provided billions and billions of dollars, and yesterday they announced another 700 million more. 300 million of that is going to go to the Ukrainians directly to buy weapons. 400 million is going to go to Ukraine's neighbours, who can then donate old equipment, Soviet-era equipment that the Ukrainians already know how to use. But it's not just the financial support, it's not just the military support that the Ukrainians need. This diplomatic support that the Americans have been offering has really galvanized much of the rest of Europe in supporting the Ukrainian effort. President Volodymyr Zelensky actually announced the trip 24 hours in advance, something the Americans weren't doing. They said for security reasons no reporters could come, and they didn't actually officially tell us about it until after both the Secretary of State and Defence had left the country. But despite that little diplomatic faux pas, it seems that they weren't too upset, and they have announced, as I say, a significant amount of money.
Joe, good to talk to you. Thank you very much. We'll speak to you a bit later on this morning.
Now, a Ukrainian man who lost both his wife and 3-month-old daughter in a missile strike has said he wants the world to know how they died.
At least 6 other people were killed when their residential tower block in Odessa was hit. Caroline Davis reports from the city.
3-month-old Kira was just learning to laugh. In her short life, most was lived under the cloud of war. But in their flat in Odessa, her family thought they were safe. They were wrong. Yesterday, their building was hit by a Russian missile. Kira, her mother Valeria, and her grandmother Ludmila were all killed. Her father Yuri only survived because he left to go to the shops. Today, among residents rescuing what they could, we found him.
I came to collect things that were important to my wife. She had a collection of sugar sachets from everywhere. Everything in the flat becomes garbage and will be thrown away. I want to keep them for my memories.
Valeria and Yuri had been together for 9 years. His phone is filled with videos and photographs of them.
She was a great mother, friend, with all the best qualities. It'll be impossible for me to find somebody else like Valeria. She was perfect. Such a person could be given to you only once in a life, and it's a gift from God.
It's been barely 24 hours since the attack, but Yuri says he wants to talk. He hopes that it can make some difference.
My world died, killed by a Russian missile, and unfortunately not only my family is in this situation. It's the grief of Ukraine and of our whole civilization.
One of the few possessions Yuri has recovered from his flat is a pack of nappies. He hands them to us as we leave. Please take them to charity, he says. I have no need for them now. Caroline Davis, BBC News, Odessa.
Leading the metro is a picture of 3-month-old Kira Glodin, who was killed by a Russian airstrike in Ukraine, alongside her mother and her grandmother. The paper's headline, Putin's tiniest victim.